Good morning, everyone. I wanted to make this video for you because we are going to be learning about something brand new starting this week. And I wanted to, instead of just giving you this PowerPoint to review with your families, I wanted to be able to teach the lesson to you, and then you can use upcoming PowerPoint activities with your families as review. But since it's brand new, I wanted to make sure I was able to teach the lesson to you. So we are going to be learning about something called long vowels. Now we know our vowels and we know that they are A, E, I, O, and U. But did you know that a vowel could say two things? So it has two different sounds that it can make. Now we have talked about this often in class. We have talked a lot about the two sounds that it can make, but we have never applied this skill to learn new words. So I'm going to move through this PowerPoint with you, and we are going to learn about long vowels together. So let's begin. Vowel review. So as we know, we have 5 vowels. Go ahead and say them with me. We have A, E, I, O, and U. So we've been working on short vowels, and we're now going to say each sound as we review the vowels. So when we do like our CVC words, for example, those are all short vowels. So we're going to review just the sound together that the short vowels make. So A says ah, as in cat or map. E says eh, as in jet or 10. I says I, as in pig or zip. O says ah, as in dog or pot. And U says as in cup or sun. Now, the new learning that we're going to be doing is that vowels can be long vowels too. So we have 2 types of vowels. We have short vowels and we have long vowels. And they can say 2 different things. So we're going to move on to reviewing the 2 different sounds that A can say. So we already know that A can say ah, but it can also say its name, as in acorn. So A can say ah and it can say A. E can say eh, and it can also say E, as in eagle. I can say I, and it can also say I, as in ice cream. O can say ah, and it can also say its name, O, as in ocean. And the last one, U can say and it can also say its name, as in unicorn. That's exciting. So remember, anytime we have a vowel, it can always say 2 things. It can say its sound, ah, and it can say its name, a. Now this is going to be our new learning. So this is silent E, and we sometimes in class I would use it interchangeably, and I would say super silent E or a magical E at the end. And the magical E or the super silent E at the end has a very important job. So silent E comes at the end of a word, and silent E does not make a sound. That's why it's silent. It doesn't make any sound at all. So we are going to be looking at words that will have a silent E at the end. And when there's a silent E, we know as readers that we need to say the long vowel instead of the short vowel. So let me show you what I mean by that. Silent E tells the vowel to say its name. So silent E does have a very important job. Even though it's silent and it doesn't say anything, its job is telling the vowel to say its name, which would be the long vowel instead of the short vowel. So let's move on to the next one. It says, let's practice reading with silent E. Are you ready to practice with me? The vowel says its name. A makes the long A sound. So you'll see right here, I'm going to end up having a word, and it's going to be 4 letters long. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have a super silent E at the end. Remember, it's not saying anything, but its job is telling the vowel right here, A, to not say ah. It's going to say its name, A. So let's read, or let's sound out this word together. a cake. It's a cake. Very good. So let me go back to that real fast. Remember, super silent E tells me that I don't say it. Let's pretend like I was going to say it. Let's see what happens. A, cake, Is that right? No, that just sounds silly, doesn't it? So that's why it's really important to remember that super silent E, or sometimes I'll call it magical E, tells you to change this from an A to say its name, which is an A. Cake. And that looks like a very fabulous birthday cake, if I do say so myself. All right, let's sound out this one together. You ready? Tape. Notice I did not say the sound for E because it's a super silent E. So we're not going to say the sound. Instead, we're going to say the vowel's name. And our word is tape. Very good. Okay, right away, I'm noticing with my eyes that I have a silent E right here. So that's telling me that instead of saying the short vowel, I'm going to say the long vowel. I'm going to say the vowel's name. G, A, M, game. It's a game. Very nice job. Okay, let's go again. Oh, right away I see super silent E at the end, so I know that I can't say ah, I have to say A for the long vowel. R, A, K, rake. It is a rake, like you would rake up some leaves. All right, let's move on to the next one. G, A, T, gate. There is a picture of a gate. Next one, W, A, V, wave. There is a big wave in the ocean. Okay, next one, V, A, S, vase. Super silent E, I don't say it at the end. It is a vase. Now we're going to move on to vowel letter O. So the vowel says its name. O makes the long O sound. Remember, we have short O, ah, and we have long O, O. So all of these are going to have super silent E at the end, which means we are not saying the sound ah, we are going to say the long vowel sound O. So are you ready to sound them out with me? B, O, N, bone. There's a dog bone. R, O, P, rope. There is a picture of a rope. There's that super silent E again, so I'm going to make sure that I do not say the sound for silent E. O, S, hose. There's a picture of a water hose. N, O, T, note. This is a music note. So it can be like a note like you're writing a note, or this picture shows us a note in music. So if you are a musician, you can read music notes to help you learn to play instruments. R, O, S, rose. There's a picture of a beautiful rose. O, L, hole. There it is, a hole in one when you're golfing. V, O, T, vote. They are putting their vote inside the box. The vowel says its name. I makes the long I sound. So it's not going to say I. These are all super silent E words, so it's going to say I. So are you ready to sound them out with me? B, I, K, bike. There's a picture of a bike. Now I want to show you a quick difference of what not to do. Let's go back to this one and remind you. Pretend that I did not change this to pretend I did not change this to a long vowel, and instead I did it as a short vowel. B, I, k, eh, b-ik. Is that the right word? No way. That's why we have to make sure that we're using our super focus on our eyes to see and pay attention to the words. If there's a super silent E, we have to make sure that we do not say the sound and we change the vowel to a long vowel. B, I, k, bike. That sounds much better to me. All right, let's move on. L, I, m, lime. There's a picture of a lime. I like to put a little bit of lime juice on top of my tacos sometime. Next one. K, I, t, kite. There is a kite flying in the sky. R, I, d, ride. Super silent E tells me not to say the sound at the end. They are going on a ride in the little wagon. Next one. I, v, hive. There is a beehive. Next one. F, I, fire. There is flames from the fire. And now let's move on to the last vowel. The vowel says its name. U makes the long U sound, so it's not going to say it's going to say its name, U. Are you ready? M, U, ol, mule. There is a picture of a mule. K, U, b, cube. There is a picture of a cube, which we should be super familiar with that now with all of our three-dimensional shape practice. T, un, tune. The little radio is playing a tune. D, u, dune. There is a picture of dunes. You would find dunes out in the desert. T, u, b, tube. There is a picture of a tube in a science experiment. F, u, fume. A gasoline can let off a fume. And that is the end of our PowerPoint presentation today, learning about long vowels. So we are going to have a lot more learning to come about long vowels. So I hope that you learned a lot in this activity. You are welcome to rewatch this video this week to continue to practice long vowels. I would love for you to do that. And in the coming weeks, we will be continuing to practice our long vowel sounds. Bye, everyone.